Good morning.
Good morning. It's hot here
All
today,
of a sudden,
isn't it?
it's taken ages, but we're finally here, and you can tell because we're in sleeveless things,
Yes.
and my hair's a bit frizzy.
Yeah, I'm the same. The humidity today is like 110.
That's the indicator, isn't it,
Yeah,
that it's getting
yeah.
warmer? Is the humidity in our hair goes curly, and we tend to keep it up because
Yes.
it's out of control.
Absolutely. Which
And-
actually, yes, go.
Leads us on to
I
what we're
was going to
talking
say the
about
same
today.
thing.
Betcha.
It was just coincidence as well that our topic today is
Yes.
hydration.
Hydration, how important that is.
Yes.
So I was at a like a wellness seminar thing at Byron Bay on the weekend, listening to some incredible international and Australian speakers, all about how we need to take back control of our health, because if you don't design your life, someone else is going to do it for you.
Mm-hmm.
So they were talking about agriculture, about farming, about little, growing your own little herbs and veggies and stuff, but monitoring what you eat. But the other flip side of that is, as much as we talk about that a lot, and we do, we talk about food and diet, and you have to change what you're eating, or you have to modify what you're eating to get the results you want. Water doesn't often come into that, or
No, you're
hydration. It's not just water, because people just go, water's so boring, I can't drink it, it tastes foul. So we need to talk about hydration. And did you know there's a difference between like soft water and hard water?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Because I can't.
Some brands.
Yes. I cannot
Can't bag
drink.
'em.
Yeah, I can't drink hard water, and even like water from the tap.
Yes.
Yep, it's got to be cold. It's got to
Yes.
have ice in it, or it's got to have. Craig laughs the head off of me. I say I have to change the molecular structure of the water for me to be able to drink, because I just can't drink straight water from the tap. It's not that I don't like it.
Yeah.
It literally fills the smallest amount, fills me up when it's especially if it's at room temperature.
Okay.
If it's cold, I can drink a lot more of it. If I add a flavour to it, I can drink more of it. But just plain water from the tap, I can barely get through 2 or 3 mouthfuls.
Yeah. Well, see, and I'm the opposite. I don't like ice water, so I like room temperature things.
It's a very much like where to keep the ketchup, isn't it? The whole debate about whether the ketchup's in the cupboard or the fridge is like, how do you drink your water?
I like room temperature, but I do have a filter, and I suppose that's another thing we should talk about, the quality of water. A lot of the world's population doesn't have access to clean drinking water, and unfortunately in Western countries we tend to take beautiful water and we stick chemicals in it. So it's loaded with heavy metals, chlorine, and fluorocenic acid, which is not your natural fluoride that is found in the soil that our foods grow in, but actually a byproduct of fertilizer. So,
and here's just a slightly off topic, but the same topic. Could you imagine 20 years ago someone telling us that we'd be paying $12 for a bottle of water?
oh yes, like you just.
I just
found.
I just stayed in Sydney at the weekend, and the bottle of water in the hotel was $12.
Yeah, that's nuts.
At $12. I just come back from Bali. They used to put 4 of those in the room every day free.
Yeah, absolutely.
$12.
Yeah, that's just
I was drunk to
crazy.
drink. I said I'll drink wine before
and
I
then
pay
you,
that.
And then you wonder how pure it is anyway.
Right.
Like, where does it come from?
I couldn't believe it.
$12.
$12. That's
Yeah,
insane.
that's a good little rule, that one. But yeah, good clean water is going to be important for everyone. We need it for, metabolic health. We need it for mental health. We need it for so many things. So we're going to go through a few of those today, aren't we? We're going to talk about.
Let's start with the question that everyone says with the heavy side. How much water do I have to drink?
How
much a day?
Yeah. Well, I think the human body is made up of about 50. It varies with men and women. Women carry more water than men, and there is more water retained in lean muscle than there is in fat. So that explains, ladies, why it's so hard to lose weight, because when you sweat and you're working out, you're losing hydration from your muscles, and that's why they cramp, right? And that's why you need to hydrate. But that's why it's so much more difficult, because fat is a dense tissue, right? Where muscle can degrade quite quickly, especially without hydration. So that there's those 3 rules. You can live 3 minutes without air, unless you know how to hold your breath longer than that. But that's the rule of thumb. 3 weeks without food, and 3 days without water. So it's super important for every metabolic pathway. But going back to how much water is enough, it's where you get your water sources from, because most people go, I can't drink 2 litres a day. But, on average, that's probably what we need to drink is about 2 litres of water a day.
They say that, you know, and I don't want to.
From different
I
sources.
don't want to play devil's advocate here and tell you that you're wrong, but you know, I've never drank water.
Yeah.
Like I'd be lucky if I would have a glass of water a week. Like I don't, because I don't like water. I don't drink water. And every now and then I decide to get on the water horse,
Yes.
so to speak, which I have done with my new water bottles.
Yeah.
Our new water bottles here, which you have to get online.
Yes,
And
coming soon.
this is supposed to encourage me to drink. And I just thought, I've got to drink one of these. And then I looked at it and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm supposed to drink 2 of these. Like, I will not be able to get
Fill her up.
through 2 of those a day. I will be on the toilet constantly.
I think if you're sipping it, so, you know, I suppose it depends on how you look at water and how you consume it and whether it's just water. So you've put some collagen in there today. So
Change the molecular structure so I can drink
so you
it.
can drink it. But, you know, like I start my day with lemon juice in water in, 250 ml glass of water. So there's 250 gone straight up in the beginning. And then it's what you do then during the day and what habits. It's all about habits, isn't it? It always is about habits. It comes down to that every time. And how you drink your water. Like if you had that next to your desk and you took a sip every day, every, couple of minutes or whatever, or every 20 minutes or something, or you had a certain amount. One of the other ways of doing it is they say put a glass of water next to your desk, set your timer on your phone, every hour drink a glass. You'll easily drink that
But my
amount.
point is, I was like, for someone like me who doesn't drink water, and they talk about the survival 3 days without water, like 3 days without
But you
water.
are getting water.
I would not, honestly, I would go 3 days without
All right.
water.
So you will get water in a different form. So you'll get water from fruits and vegetables. You'll get, can't really say water in coffee or black tea because they are both dehydrating, so they're going to take you backwards. But if you're drinking, even if it's a little bit of mineral water, herbal teas, if you're having any of those, any broths, any soups, and as you can, add things to it. Add lemon juice, add a cucumber slice. That changes the molecular structure. There's a compound in cucumber that actually supports weight loss. If you put
See,
that
I
in your
put that
water.
in my gin and tonic every night. I do. I go have a hit of a
This is the wrong
I have
conversation.
a lot of cucumber. Lana's shaking her head.
Doesn't quite balance up the hydration, does it? But maybe if you're having
There's
that,
a yin and a yang here. Come on.
yeah, yeah. Which one's which? You're the yang, I'm the yin, I'm for sure. But then there's that rule, isn't there? That if it's not a rule, it's a suggestion that if you have an alcoholic drink, have a water in between every drink to balance out the dehydration. So basically, you're just coming out even. But for what it's worth, the benefits of drinking an adequate amount of water every day, is so important. And you can't do any sort of health or wellness regime without it.
I think one of the telltale signs for me, even though I don't drink a lot of water, but I know when it's been a long time without it and I see it in my skin.
Yes.
And this is part of the reason why actually I've got this, because we've just come back from Bali, so
Yes.
we've had a lot of heat, we do over there. And we've come back and I've been really lethargic. I haven't quite been able to get my mojo back, and I'm kind of looking at my skin. I'm thinking, you know what? I know I actually feel thirsty.
Yeah.
Like my body feels thirsty.
But if you feel thirsty, you're already dehydrated.
Yes.
So you're already behind the eight ball.
Yeah. Hence why I have I'm just going to have
Good
a
on
sip.
you.
Mhm.
Good on you. So there's lots of reasons. And collagen, look, if that's the thing that makes you drink water, if it's a visual thing, if it's a bit of an ego and pride and self-confidence thing, that it's going to make your skin look better because it's going to plump up your your collagen levels in your body, because that's what water will naturally do, is go to the cells, and our cells are all swimming in a fluid, and part of that extracellular fluid that sits around our cells is comprised of water, and that's what gives us our plumpness. So if you were to do a blood screen, a live blood analysis, and you would see someone who's dehydrated because their cells wouldn't be round and plump, there wouldn't be much extracellular fluid, all the cells would be sort of clumping together and trying to find their way through. That causes fatigue because you've got oxygen molecules that sit on your red blood cells that can't pass through, so you're not going to get the energy you need. So even on a cellular structure, viewpoint like that, you can see instantly whether someone is hydrated or dehydrated
really
just by the way the cells are moving through your blood supply. So really, really important on that level. But on a visual level, yes, collagen, really important. The firmness of your skin. You can tell if you do, that old
Yes, if it stays
pinch
up.
test.
Yep.
If it stays up, takes a little bit to get back, well, then you've got some water. Or no, if it stays up there for too long,
You're
then you're dehydrated,
dehydrated.
right? But if it bounces back, it
Yeah.
means you've got a nice level of hydration in your system. So do the pinch test.
Pinch test.
Yeah,
Yes.
and find out if you're not this pinch test.
Yeah.
Not the one around
Not
the
the one around the
You don't want to
middle.
do that.
No.
One. Well, maybe you should. Maybe if that gives you the encouragement you need, then do
But
that.
whereas we were talking before, regarding like hydration and menopause.
Yes.
And part of the reason that you strongly encourage women to drink more
Yes.
water when we're going through menopause is to be able to release the build-up of hormones, which is in part one of the reasons that we have hormonal weight gain is because we have all these hormones swimming around. So if we can eliminate these hormones.
So excess circulating hormones is a real issue with most menopausal women, that they're living the same life they always have, but in a body they haven't always had, in a new body. So we need to tweak and adjust things. And, the quickest way to eliminate excess circulating hormones is with obviously a healthy diet, but hydration, because that will flush the digestive system and it will flush the liver pathways as well. So liver is our most important organ when it comes to hormone circulation and hormone excretion. So we need to move it out. We need to move it out. And that's what I said, but blood supply, the liver supplying that blood supply, healthy blood supply. And if it's not hydrated, it's not going to move it out. So it's not only that we need it for hydration, but we absolutely need water for elimination and excretion pathways, and not just for hormones, but also just for excess waste in our bowel. Colon cancer is a massive problem, and it's rising in young people because young people aren't aware of the importance of hydration. So keeping your colon clean and your bowel clean, and it's not.
Is that related to like how the higher obesity levels as well in the younger population?
Yeah, well, yes, because a lot of the obesity and what we call diabesity now, which is a combination of diabetes type 2 and obesity, is that when you see men with like man boobs and stuff, it's too much estrogen in their system. I saw some yesterday down near the beach and I went, wow, you're just estrogen dominant. And that is playing havoc with men, and that's why men are getting man boobs and little pot bellies. So
what are they doing wrong with
processed foods?
Processed foods, yeah. Okay.
Processed foods that contain xenoestrogens, which are the dangerous ones, that are the chemicals that are found in processed food, seed oils, all the things we shouldn't eat that our body doesn't know how to metabolize. So it goes, well, you know what, I'll just store that somewhere.
Yeah.
And in men who are estrogen dominant, it's going to be in the boobs. So they're getting that female look because they've got too much stored estrogen in their system. It just comes down to its lifestyle. And, one of those big things that I try and teach people is that, you can't blame genetics. People will say, oh, I was born like this, it's in my family, blah, blah. Well, genetics loads the gun, but your lifestyle pulls the trigger. So whatever you do in your lifestyle, you can have a familial line of something in your family. You could have heart disease, you could have, atherosclerosis, you can have whatever it is, or, even if it's diabetes or kidneys or whatever. And people go, oh, well, it's just my family, and you sit around and expect it or wait for it to happen. Well, that's not how it should be.
No.
You have the power to control that. And, hydration is a very important part of that, to keep our body moving, to keep our cells moving, to keep our elimination paths moving. So,
there's
you need to get that shit out of there.
Yeah, there's way too many illnesses blamed on genetics.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of people do. They just say, oh, I'm big boned, I'm this, I'm that. No. Well, it's such a small part. It's what you can do. Because when you have awareness of your genetics, that's great. It's really good if you know what is in your family, and you can be aware of the signs that could contribute to chronic disease if it goes unchecked and you don't do anything about it. So apart from that, with digestion, the other thing is drinking water that is adequate to your lifestyle. So obviously those people, that construction workers or people that are working out in the sun, sweating a lot. Men need obviously more, right? Because they're sweating it out. You're going to lose it. And what you lose with that too then, if you are an excess sweater, is you're going to lose some minerals. So your essential ones like magnesium and calcium, potassium, zinc, they're all really important because they're really good for cardiovascular health and heart health. we need those minerals to keep our heart pumping really well. So if men are getting dehydrated, tightness in the chest, a lot of that can be down to just dehydration too.
Oh, that's interesting.
Not necessarily a heart pump, but
I never thought about that.
yeah, if you're losing those minerals, so you need to keep that water. So for men who sweat a lot, I would be encouraging them to add some sort of mineral component to their water or some amino acids that will help put that back into the system.
I used to take minerals for years. I just take longevity.
We forget about minerals.
I know. And I go through, it's one of these things.
They're your building blocks.
We tend to go through phases throughout our life of the things or the way that we do things. And it could be that we could be doing this particular diet, or we choose this particular lifestyle for a little while, or we cut out sugar, or we decide, or we start exercising, and we do all these things, and you talk about it, I used to do that.
Yes.
I used to do that. And a lot of the time, we have so much information stored in our minds, and sometimes it just takes a conversation to go, I knew that.
Yes.
Like I know that information.
Most people know this.
But we forgot. We forgot about that information. And you tend to just try to because I think, especially with social media and, just the way that the world is, we are so overwhelmed with information every day that sometimes when you have information overload, when you don't, you just tend to forget. You forget what you know.
So one of the words that came out of this thing that I went to in Byron on the weekend was the remembering. We need to go back and we need to remember what it is that we need as humans to live a healthy, fulfilled life on this earth, right? And it's not about pillaging the earth and destroying the earth through chemicals and pesticides, because there was a statistic they said, it was something like 4.2 billion tonnes of Roundup is sprayed on our crops every year globally. That is just destroying our soil, destroying the minerals of our food, and this is why people are deficient in those. But but it's also what they had. They had this great lady there, relating to water. She was from the Murray-Darling Basin, and how that's being destroyed because of some of the monocrop farming, which means they just grow one crop. And these government organisations are taking the water, so all the farmers are running out of water, and that's the lifeblood and the lifeline for these farmers. So they were having a big chat about that. And, I suppose the essence of their message from all the farmers and all the agricultural and all the health people that were there for this talk, including Zach Bush. If you follow Zach Bush, if you don't, you should. He's just an incredible American enthusiastic, loving man who, when you meet him, hugs you. There's no he's just usually described a bear hug. But the message was support your local farmers, support your local agriculture, because they are the lifeblood and the lifeline of clean water and clean food. And we should be buying from them. Buy from the farmers market. Farmers markets have clean water too. They have the water trucks there where you can fill up your water. So if you can't put a water filter in your home for whatever reason, go and get some clean water. Go and buy it. But these guys are just saying support your local farmers, because they are the ones that are going to keep us alive and healthy.
So we've talked about, obviously, excretion, hydration of the skin, the benefits, hormones, menopause.
Yes.
But there's actually a strong link between hydration and mental health.
Yes.
Do you know?
Because our brain is, there's a blood-brain barrier that services all our neurological and our nervous system pathways. So, when you're dehydrated, one of the first signs is mental confusion.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so hang on, I'm just going to have a sip of water.
Mental confusion is a really big one. So if you are feeling some brain fog, if you're feeling, a bit like, or lightheaded, dizzy, that sort of thing, first thing you should think of is hydration. Am I dehydrated?
Okay. And also, I can understand as well, when we were talking about releasing the excess hormones from the body, that helps to regulate our moods as well.
Absolutely.
So, we're going through menopause. One of the big issues that we have, obviously, is this roller coaster of moods, particularly low mood. Now, low mood we always generally associate with some form of toxicity, somewhere in the body. It's something that's dragging us down.
Or fatigue. All those things. So low mood, you're not moving enough, you're not drinking enough, you're not flushing your body through enough. And it's that thing too, if you're drinking 2 litres, There was a lady many years ago, and she did an experiment. I think she was a journalist, actually, and she's going, oh, what's all this hoo-ha from the health industry about drinking water? So she did an experiment. All she didn't change anything else except she increased her hydration, her water levels every day. And what she found was more energy, better mental clarity. Her skin was good. Her eyes were whiter. Her abdomen.
I thought you were going to say her boobs got bigger than you.
No. Well, then I need to drink a lot more. But no, but what she found was because it was flushing that, because that's where women tend to store a bit more fat, is that abdominal area. That she said, it changed the shape of her body.
That's it. I'm definitely John. Right, I'm on
There's lots of reasons now that women out there are going to go, all right,
I'm going to be up to a litre a day.
I hope we've bought heaps of these bottles for women. These are great because they have an indicator on there, like for the time of day, for the first half of the day. And then it says refill for the second half. So you know exactly what you're drinking. So
for those of you that are watching this on video, you'll be able to see me holding the bottle up.
On Spotify, you'll have to go and have a look at our website for it.
I like the way it's like, get started, remember your goal, keep chugging. I love that. Keep chugging. Don't give up. Almost there. You did it. Refill.
And refill. Like, it's great.
It is.
And, as we said, you can add stuff to water. You can add, like, collagen. You can
magnesium.
Add magnesium. Absolutely. If you're a man out there working in the sun, add some magnesium. Get some minerals back in your water. Or if you're a woman, that goes to the gym a lot, or you are a sweater, or you're playing sport for whatever reason. Great for teenage kids as well. Like, magnesium's really important for them at school with sports. Cucumber, as I said, cucumber has a compound in there that is really good for weight management. So you just, do some nice long slices of cucumber and stick them in your water bottle.
I'm absolutely doing that because when I finish this one, when I refill it, I'm going to have my afternoon drink. This afternoon is going to be ice water and cucumber.
Excellent. And then you've got lemon. You can put lemon slices in there, which is great for promoting digestion, so that it helps to break your food down. That's another thing that water does. It helps that pathway to break down food to energy.
And see, we all know this. We know, especially the lemon water. I mean, I've known this since I was like 10, 15 years old.
It's such ridiculous. A habit. Like, I'm going away tomorrow for a few days and I've got lemons packed. So and the first things I put in my bag, lemons. Because I'm in such a habit of waking up and doing that, because I know how my body feels and how it responds to it, and what a great start it is to my day, because it starts that elimination pathway of early, which is what we're designed to do.
I think we should really challenge anybody listening to this podcast. Whatever day, whenever you hear this, whether it be once it goes up, or a month or 2 or 3 months from now, if you're hearing us or to listen to this podcast, I'm setting you a 28-day challenge.
Whoa!
Yep, 28 days to drink a litre of water a day and monitor 1 or 2 litres.
Try 2.
You've always got to go to the next level, don't you?
It's a refill bottle. 2 litres.
Anyway, so just to drink more water for 28 days and see see what the difference is. Will you have more energy? Does your skin look better? Do you have weight loss? All of those things, and see how you go.
Yeah, feeling good. So there's the challenge. Throw it out there.
Throw it out there.
Yeah, so many reasons to drink more water in many different ways. And it can be water bottles. It can be herbal tea is a great one to get your water up if you love herbal teas, because that's counted as hydration. Not black tea and coffee. Obviously, they're dehydrating. But herbal tea is great. Broths is good if you're doing a bit of a cleanse, if you're an intermittent faster and you're just having liquids in the morning. That's a good way to do that. So clear broths are really good. Like your miso soups are really nice one. You can do that. Miso's
is
really
that classed as a clear broth?
Well, no, it's not really. It's sort of, isn't it? It's a bit of in between miso, but it's hydrating because it's water, right? And it's healthy. You're getting iodine, which is good for your thyroid and everything else as well. So it has all its benefits. So many reasons to drink more water, and you can explore that in different ways. But don't just think about diet. Think about what you're doing, not just about what you're taking in. But what you're getting rid of.
Well, so that's kind of like leads us on to the next part, which is how hydration can support your menstrual cycle.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
absolutely.
I mean, we've done
bloating,
toxins, mental health, and now, there's just like this long list of benefits for just drinking more water.
Yeah, to help that flushing effect and, to reduce the bloating that we get and the discomfort that you get before your period, leading up to your period a week before, when a lot of women just feel really full. I mean, a lot of women say how wonderful when you have your period, it's that great release.
Yes.
Because everything is, you're just flushed out and you feel clean again and your stomach feels
Flatter,
better.
yep.
But that is going to be part of that natural wave of hormones that happens through our menstrual cycle. But being hydrated can definitely facilitate and support that pathway. So, your body isn't as cramped. You just keep it moving, keep that flow moving, because water is life. It's all about flow. It's got to flow in and it's got to flow out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, this has been quite
Lots of hot tips there.
Lots of hot tips. So but basically what we're saying is, hydration is the key to life.
Yes.
It's certainly it's the key to a number of things.
And a healthy life.
Yeah.
And a healthier life.
Yeah.
And
not
it doesn't
just
matter where you are. You can drink water. You have access. Everybody, we're fortunate enough in the Western world to have lots of access to good, clean water. Make sure it is good quality, clean water.
And the other wonderful thing about hydration is that it's both in benefit internally as well as externally. You can't necessarily you can feel the benefits internally, but you can see physical benefits.
Yes,
like
absolutely.
In the skin, in the whites of the eyes.
Think of hydration as like jumping in the ocean on a beautiful warm day and just having that cooling effect. That's what's happening on the inside when you hydrate your body. All your cells are just going, thank you, thank you. It's like that. It's like that. Oh, thank God. I feel that makes me feel so much better. Jumping in the ocean or a pool or whatever it is makes you feel really good.
Yes.
So do that from the inside.
Okay. All right. Well, what else have we got coming up? So we're in the middle of November.
That's right. We're almost at Christmas.
So we've got Christmas packs for our customers to have a look at there for gifts. We've got gift cards that are available now on the website as well. Our fabulous new water bottles.
Yes. And then stay tuned for some new releases in the new year.
Yes, we've got some exciting new products coming up in the new year as well.
There's always something happening here.
Until next time, ladies.
Shake that water bottle.
Shake the water bottle and cheers.
Cheers. See you, everyone.